Hello everybody, my name is Khanam. In this React project we will see how to create this to-do list using the concept of React state hooks. We will use the concept of map method, filter method, spread operator and also props. Props I have already explained in my previous project, that is project 1. We created a simple project using our props. In this also we are going to use props, spread operator, map method, filter method and state hooks. I'll just show you the project here. Here this is my background, which is having the background color as black, and here I have this container. Inside this container I have this text, here I have this input field, and here I have this add button. Now if I add something here, if I add here rice, now when I click on this add button, you can see my rice has been added here. If I add sugar here, when I click on this add button, you can see sugar as well as this delete icon is getting added. I'll add one more thing. I'll just add Maggie. Now if I click on this plus symbol, you can see Maggie is been added and also this delete symbol. Now when I click on this delete, you can see the color is getting changed. Now when I click on this, you can see here it's getting deleted and also my ID number is getting adjusted. You can see again I delete, again I can delete. Now I can add the items. I can delete the items. This is simple to-do list. We will see how to create this one. But before moving further, I'll explain the concepts used in this, and also I'll be creating my React app. To create React app, I'll just open my command prompt, and here I want to create app in my E directory. I'll just write E:. Here I'm going to make one directory, E dir. I'll give my directory name as all projects. I'll just give here all React projects. All React projects. I'm just going to cd all React. You can make your project in any directory. I'm just going to make all the projects in my E directory and in this folder all React projects. Here if I do dir, you can see here I don't have any file, so I'm getting this one. Now inside this directory I want to create my React app. So for that I'm just going to use this npx create React app, and I'll give my app name as my app. Now this is going to take some time to download. Till then my app is ready. I'll just open the concepts we are going to learn in this project. This is our to-do list app. We are going to create this complete to-do list app. We'll add the items, we'll delete the items, and here inside this, the first concept we are going to use is use state. It is nothing but it is React hook. I'll explain this when we are writing code. Here we just have some values here. This is the syntax for creating our use state. For new state, this is the current value, this is my initial value, and this is my updated value. Whatever value I give here, that will be the current value to this new state, and whatever I update here to this through this set new state, this updated value will be given to my new state. I'll explain you about use state when we are writing the code. Now next is our map method. It is nothing but it creates a new array with the result of calling a function for every array element in an array. This is the simple syntax. Whatever array I have, that is array name, map, and inside this it is going to take function, and inside this function I'll be having this 3 arguments, and this value is not needed much, but we are going to see this example and then you will understand in better way. And our next concept is our filter method. Filter method is nothing but it creates a new array filled with all array elements that passes the test. If some specific condition what I give, if that becomes true, then that values I'll be getting as my output. It will not affect my original array, and this is the syntax for that. We'll see an example on this. And also we are going to use spread operator in our project. It is commonly used to make shallow copies of JS objects. Using this spread operator we can make our code concise, and also it enhances its readability. So we'll see example on this and then we'll understand that one. Here I have this file. Here I have this script tag. First we'll be seeing what is map method. I'll just reduce this one. I'll copy this path. I'll paste my path inside my browser. I'll just do inspect, and I just want to open my console to show the output. I'll just come to console. Now for map method, first I'll be creating one array. I'll just give my array name as fruits. Inside this I'll just write some fruits name, apple. Here I'll be giving mango, and next I'll just give banana. Okay, previously we were I'll just do console.log, and inside this I'll be passing this fruits. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, now in my console, if you see, I have this 3 items, okay, apple, mango and banana, and my length is 3, and I have this index 0, 1, 2. Now if I want to access apple, I used to write like this, okay, I just have to pass this index number. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, and if I show you, you can see I'll be getting apple as my output. Now if I want to access all my elements, we were using like this for loop, and here we were just creating one variable I. I'll just pass this I is equal to 0, I is less than my array fruits dot length, and my length is 3. Here I'll just do console.log, and inside this I'll be passing this one fruits, my array name, and here I'll just write I. I'll save this, and now if I refresh this one, you can see here I'm getting this apple, mango and banana. I'll comment this, and also I'll be commenting this one. I'll refresh this. Now you can see I got all my elements, that is apple, mango and banana. Now we are going to use our map method. Okay, we have already seen that. You can see here it creates a new array with the result of calling a function for every array element in an array. So for that, here I'll just I have this, I'll just copy this one, and here I'm going to paste that one, and below this I'll be creating one more variable because it is going to create new array, so we have to store that inside some variable. I'll just write here new fruits. Inside this, you can see the syntax. I have this array name. My array name is nothing but this one. I'll copy this one. I'm going to paste that one here. Dot map method, and inside this we are going to pass functions. I'll be using fat arrow function here. Now this is going to take 3 arguments, that is my current element, second is my index number, and third in which array I am working. So I'll just write here current, next is my index number, and third is my array. Now in my console I'll be showing you the output. Console.log, I'll just do here 3 times. Inside first console I'll just copy this, I'll be pasting it here. Inside second I'll copy this, and here I am going to paste that one, and finally third, copy and paste. I'll save this. I'll just refresh my browser now. Now in my console, if you see, first it has run for apple, that is 0th index, and I am working inside this array. I have apple, mango and banana. Second, it has run for mango. It is index number 1, and I have this array banana, second index, and this array. If I just comment these 2 things, and you can see here I'll be getting all this, okay, apple, mango and banana, the same output what we got using this for loop. Okay, this is the use of map method. We are just going to run function for every element inside the array, and we'll be getting new array. Okay, it is not going to affect our original array. Now suppose if I just add here pineapple, I'll save this, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see apple, pineapple, mango, pineapple, banana, pineapple. This has been added inside this new fruits. Okay, this is all about our map method. Now we are going to see what is filter method. I'll just comment this everything. I don't need this one. Now inside filter method, I'll just create one variable. I'll give my variable name as age. Inside this, I'll be passing some value. I'll just give here 32, 22, 11, 23 and something 45. Now I'm going to create one more variable. I'll give my variable name as age1. Inside this, I'll give my array name, that is age dot filter method, and inside this it is also going to take 3 parameters. Current value, I'll just give here value. You can give any names here. Next will be my index, and third will be my in which array I am working. We have already seen that, so I'm not going to write that. Inside this, I'll just do console. Now first I'll be returning this one. I'll just return, I want to return age which is greater than 20, I'll be getting all, okay, which is greater than 15. I'll give which is greater than 15, and here I'll just print that one, console.log, and inside this I'll be passing this age 1. I'll save this, I'll refresh this one. Now if you see in my browser, here I just have to write value, because value is having all the data now. I'll save this, I'll refresh this one. Now you can see the values which are greater than 15, I am getting only that values. 11 I did not get because it's less than 15. Now if I just show you my original array that is age, I'll refresh this. Now you can see my original array is not been affected, only the output and only which elements it has passed, that is only that is being printed as my output. Okay, this is all about filter method. And next is our spread operator. Spread operator is nothing but our 3 dots. Okay, I'll just create one variable. I'll give my variable name as array1, and inside this I'll just give here apple, and next I'm going to give here mango. Again I'll be creating one more variable. I'll just give my variable name as array2. Inside this I'll be giving this pineapple, and here I'll just give banana. I'll just create one more variable, array3, and inside this I'm going to use spread operator, that is nothing but a 3 dots. Okay, suppose I want all these elements, okay, apple, mango, I'll just copy this, I'll be pasting it here, and also I want all these elements, I'll copy this, and here I'm going to paste that one. Now if I just do console.log, and inside this I'll be passing this array3. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, now you can see I have all the content, I copy pasted, so I am having this one. Here I'll just do array1 and array2, array1, array2. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, now you can see this is my array1, this is my array2, and this is my array3. Now I have the same content, so why should I write again? So instead of that, we are going to use spread operator, this 3 dots and this array name, from which array I want the content, 3 dots, array name. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, now you can see inside my third array I have only apple and mango, because I have passed only array1. Here suppose if I add some new fruit, I'll just add here strawberry. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, you can see the strawberry has been added only to my array3. It is not been added to my array1 and array2. It is only been added to array3. Now if I want to access array2 elements, in the same way I'll just write this 3 dots and my array name, that is array2. I'll save this. Now if I refresh this one, and now if I open my console, you can see all the content from apple, that is my array2, is also being displayed, and it is taken to my array3. This is all about spread operator. Okay, these 3 concepts we are going to use in our project, and also we are going to use use state. Use state I'll be explaining you once we start implementing our project. Now this is the project we are going to create. Now you can see here I have my React app. Okay, I have some commands here, npm start to start my development server. Okay, we have to run our React in localhost, and we have this commands. We are not going to use these commands. Now it is suggesting that we have to go inside this app, and then we have to do this npm start. Okay, only then our project will start. So I'll just come here. Now you can directly go to your VS Code editor. You can open the terminal and you can do this one, but I'm going to use here cd, and I'll just write here my app npm start. Okay, now it will open our development server and our first React app will be ready. Okay, before that I'll just show you where is my folder. I'll just come to my E directory, and I'll be going inside this folder, and I'll open this project in my VS Code editor. Here you can see here I have this all React projects. Inside this I have this my app. Okay, inside this I have all these folders created for me. I'll just right click on this, and here I'm going to open with code, and here we have all these folders and files. Okay, we are not going to use all the folders and files. We are going to delete some of them from here. I'm going to delete this git ignore file. Now inside my src folder I need this app.js. I don't need this one. I'm going to delete this file. and also I'm going to delete this. Okay, I'll be deleting these 3 files from here. And from public folder we are going to work only inside our index.html. You can see here inside this we have this code and this one document dot this one. Okay, this diff id is equal to root. This is the important part. We are going to use only this part inside our index.html, and inside this one we are going to store everything. Okay, whatever code we are going to write inside this we are going to store. I'll be deleting this. I'm going to delete this and this. I'll just delete all these files, and I'm just cleaning my VS Code editor. Okay, I'm just cleaning my setup folder. Okay, now we are done with everything. Now we'll start writing the code for this, and basically this is our folder. Here I have some error. If you just open this one without deleting any files, you will be having React symbol which will be rotating here. Now inside index.js we have all this stuff. Okay, we have all the code. I'm just going to do Control A and I'm just going to delete everything. Okay, I don't need that one. We are going to write the code completely from the scratch. Inside index.css I have this. I'll just delete this. App.js, I'll just delete everything, and from inside app.css I'll just delete everything. Now all my files have cleaned. I don't have anything inside any of the file. Now you can see here my development server is been started and my app is running in localhost 3000. 3000 is our port. Okay, now you can see I am ready. Now we are ready to go with our code. I don't have anything inside any of the file. We are going to write the code completely from the scratch. Before moving further, I just want to change this title. You can see I have this React app. Instead of that, I want to do list. So inside public folder I have index.html. Here instead of this title I am just going to give my title, that is to do list. I'll save this. Now if you see here, okay, it refreshed by itself, so we don't have to worry and we don't have to refresh our project. Now I'll be closing this index.html. Inside index.js we have to import 2 modules. Okay, those modules are present inside this node modules folder, and that is nothing but our React and React DOM module. I'll be importing that 2 modules. I'll just write here import React from React. I'll also import my React DOM. Import React DOM from React DOM. If you are a beginner, I suggest you to type by yourself because we have many snippets. We have ES6, ES7 snippets. Okay, if you just write IAFE, that it will be ready for you. Okay, this code will be ready for you. You don't have to type entire thing. But once you get practice, hands-on practice on this, then you can just install that extensions and you can use in your projects. But as of now, I suggest you to type completely from the scratch so that you will remember where all you have to import and what all you should do. Now once I import these 2 modules, I'll be rendering my I'll just render my render method. I'll be writing this React DOM dot render. Inside this it is going to take 2 parameters. First, what should be displayed, and second, where it should be displayed. What should be displayed, I'll just give here h1, and inside this I'll be giving this to do list. Next it will take the parameter where it should be displayed. Okay, I want it to display inside my index.html. I have this div which is having the id root. Okay, I want it to display all the content inside this div. Okay, because React is single page application and I want to display all the code inside this particular div, that it stays in one file itself. Now here inside this, and I am going to do that using our selector, that is our document get element by id selector. I'll just write this document dot get element by id, and my id is root. I'll just write root. I'll save this. Now if you see the output, I got error. Okay, render, it's not render, it's just render render. I'll save this. Now you can see here I have this h1. Okay, that is my heading to do list. Now when it comes to React is all about components, and I want to display this whatever content I'm having here. that I need to display inside the component, and that component I have to render it here. So this whatever code I am going to write, I will be displaying in my app.js, okay, which is the root of all the project, this one, and this file will be holding all the child components, whatever, if you have header, if you have footer, if you have middle container, side nav, this will be holding all the content, and this will be our main content file, and this will be rendered inside our index.js. okay, inside this it will be rendered in place of this. I'll just write my component here. Once we are using this component, we have to import this component. I'll just import app from, I'll be writing this, and here I have this. Okay, we don't have to write this extension .js. It is understood that it is in JS format, that is JSX format. Now inside inside app.js, once we are, you can see here, once we are done importing, we have to export this, only then we can use this. Okay, inside every file we are going to use this import React from React, because we are going to use JSX expressions. The JSX expression is nothing but the HTML, whatever I wrote here, H1. Okay, it's not HTML, it is JSX expression, which stands for JavaScript syntax extension. Now inside, once I import this one, I will be exporting my app. Export default, I just want to export app. Now once I export this one, I'll be defining that function. I'll just write this const app. I'll be using fat arrow function here. This function is going to return something, and it will return h1. I'll just write something here. I'll be writing app component. I'll save this. Now you can see I got this output, that is my app component. Okay, now whatever code I am going to write, that will be rendered inside my index.js. You can see I have already written this one, and I have imported this one here. So now I don't need this file. I'll be closing this. Now I'll be working inside app.js. I'll remove this. Now inside return, I'll just open this app. You can see this black color, the background. For this I'll be creating one container. Here I'll just create one container. I'll give my class name as container. Inside this, you can see here I have this yellow container. This entire yellow container I am going to create. For that I'll be creating one more div. I'll give the class name as to-do list. Inside this, first I have h1. Inside h1 I have this title, to-do list. Below this I'll be creating one input tag to input the text, and I'll just give the placeholder. Placeholder is enter new items. I'll just write that one. Placeholder enter new items. Now below this I want one button. Inside this button I am going to use font awesome. Okay, for React.js we have material UI, but as of now we are just going to use font awesome. You can see I have this title, I have this input list, and my button is here. I'll just come here. I'll be searching for font awesome CDN. Okay, you can see here I have this font awesome CDN. I'll click on this first link. I'll copy this link. Inside index.html, below this title I'll be pasting that link. Now from here to here I'm just going to remove this. I don't need this part, and here I'll just write one comment, font awesome link. I'll save this. I'll come to browser. Instead of this I'll be searching for font awesome icons. Here inside this I need this plus icon. You can see here I have this plus icon and I have this delete icon. So I'll be searching for both of them. Here I'll just search for plus, or you can just write add. You can see here I have this icon. I'll just click on this. I'll copy this code, and inside my button, okay, inside this I'll be pasting that one, and also I'll be searching for delete. Now here I have this trash. I'll be copying this one and I'll close this website, and here below I'll be pasting that one, and later on I am going to use that. I'll just comment as of now. Now if I show you the project, you can see I have this plus symbol inside my button. Now next, if you see here, I have this, okay, this whatever, after entering whatever this rice and this trash bin is coming, I'm just storing this inside my ordered list. Okay, I'll just create that one. Okay, I'm just doing static design. Later on I'll be doing dynamic design here. Below this I'll be creating one ordered list. Inside this I'll just give list item. Inside this one I'll be giving list item. I'll just give here rice. I'll save this. Now if you see, I have this rice. So whenever I click on this, rice should be added and also the trash bin should be added here. So for that I'll just copy this one and here I'm going to paste that. Now you can see my trash bin is here, but I need here. So for that we are going to do the styling part. Now as of now I'll just remove that one. I'll save this. Now we are going to style this one and later on we are going into our React. We are writing the code for this. Okay, we will be using use state. I'll come to app.css. Inside this one I'll just give body, background color of my body, background color I'll just give black. I'll save this. Now if you see here, I don't have any effect. If I refresh, then also I'm not having any effect, because if we are using any file inside React, we have to import that file wherever we have to use. Okay, I want to apply the styles in this file, so I'll be importing my CSS here. To import CSS, I'll just write like this, import, and my file name is, I'll just write here index.css. Okay, it's app.css. I'll just write here app. I'll save this. Now you can see here my background color is black now. I'll come to app.css. Inside this I'll just create one root variable. Okay, so that whatever colors you need you can just give. I'm just going to use yellow color, so inside this I'll be passing this yellow. Now below this I'll be styling my container. I'll copy this container and here I'm going to paste that one. For this container I want all the content in the middle. Okay, in my website, okay, this box, whatever you can see here, this yellow color box is in the middle here. So for that I'll just use display flex, display to be flex, and also I'll be using this align items to be center. I'll be using one more property, that is justify content to be center. I'll save this. Now if you see here, my content has come in the middle, and for this I'll just give here text align. Inside this I'll be giving this text align to be center. Now you can see all the content has come in the middle here. You can see the content has come in the middle. Now inside this I'm going to style this one, this container to do list. I'll be pasting that one here. For this I'll just give width to be 50%. Background color I'll be using this variable, that is main color. I'll save this. Now you can see here, this is my to-do list which is having 50% of the width and background color is yellow. Now for this I'm going to give box shadow 0 pixel from horizontal, 0 pixel from vertical, 10 pixel blur, and I just want to give white. I'll save this. Now you can see I got this box shadow. Now I need some space from above and also I need border radius. I'm going to give that two properties here. I just want space from top, so I'll just give margin top of 5 em, and also I need border radius 0.5 em. I'll save this. Now if you see here, I got margin top of 5 em and border radius. You can see border radius I got here. Now inside this to-do list I have this h1. I'll copy this and here I'm going to paste that one. For h1 I'll just increase the font size. I'll just give 3 rem. I'll save this. Now you can see here my font size has been increased for my h1. Now below this I have input tag. You can see here I have this input. I'll copy this one and I'm going to paste that input tag here. For this I'll just increase the font size. I'll give 1.2 rem. I'll save this. Now if you see my font size has been increased. I'll be giving padding. Padding is giving space from within, padding of 0.6 em. Now you can see I got padding of 0.6 em from within. I'll also increase the width. Width I'll be giving 60%. Now if you see it has taken 60% of the width. Now you can see I have this border, and whenever I click on this, I'm getting this outline. I don't need that one. So for that, I'll just give here border to be none, and also outline to be none. Border and outline to be none. I'll save this. Now you can see here I don't have any border, and whenever I click on this, I don't have any outline as well. Now you can see here I have this background color as black, and whenever I type, the color of the text is white. So for that, I'll just give color as white, and background color I'll just give black. I'll save this. Now you can see here my background color is black and color of the text is white. Now I'll be styling my button. Here I have this. I'll copy this button, and here I'm going to paste that one. For button, first I'll be increasing the font size. I'll just copy this one, and here I'm going to paste that one. Instead of 1.2, I'll just give here 1.1. Okay, you can give any styles here. We are not limited to styles. And if you are comfortable with CSS, you can just skip the CSS part and you can directly jump on to the React coding. Padding top and bottom, I'll just give 0.7 m, and left and right I'll be giving 1 m. I'll save this. Now if you see, the padding has been increased from top and bottom, font size has been increased, and also left and right the padding has been increased. Now here also I have this border and outline. I don't need that one, so I'll just give this copy, and here I'm going to paste that one. Now you can see here I want, okay, I'll just save this one. Now I'll just refresh this. Now if you see, I don't have a border and outline. I want some space from here. You can see in my project here I have some space. Okay, this space I'll be giving that space. For that I'll just give here margin left. Okay, margin is giving space from outside. Margin left of 0.5 m. I'll save this. Now you can see here I got margin left of 0.5 m. Now below this I want to give background color. Background color I'll just give black. Once I give background color, I just have to change the color. I'll be giving color as my variable, that is nothing but my main color. I'll save this. Now if you see, I have this background color as black and my plus symbol is in yellow color. I'll just increase the width of my input, that is to-do list here. Instead of 50, I'll just give here 80. Now it's taking 80% of the width, and I have all this content here. I'll style my OL now, that is my ordered list. Inside this, first I'll be giving this text aligned to be left. I'll save this. Now if you see here, my text is here. Now for this I'll be giving width as 70%. Okay, and for my trash bin I'll be giving rest of the width. And also I'll just give margin from top and bottom I'll give 1 m, and left and right I'll be giving auto. I'll save this. Now you can see here it has taken width of 70%, margin top and bottom I have 1 m. Now below this I'll be styling my list item. Okay, inside my OL I want to style my list items. For list items, first I'll be giving this background color. I'll just show you where is my list item. Later on I'm going to remove this background color. I'll save this. Now you can see here this is my list item which is having the color as white. Okay, for my list item, first I'll be giving font size. Below this I'll also give font weight of bold, okay, so that it will be bolder. And also I'm going to give space. Margin top I'll just give 0.5 m. I'll save this. Now if you see, this will be my output. Okay, whenever I add the item, this will be my output. This is very large in size. I'll just remove this. Okay, now if you see, I have this output, but here I have changed the font family. It's fine. If you can change your font family. Okay, you can give whatever styles you need. Okay, we are here only to learn React. Okay, we will not focus much on CSS part. Okay, CSS is complete different subject. Okay, we'll learn about React now. So now once we are done with the styling part, trash bin we are going to insert whenever we click on the plus button. Okay, we'll see how to insert that one. Now once we are done with this styling part, I'll come to app.js. Okay, now here we are going to use the concept of states. Now whenever I click on this and whenever I type something, on change event will occur. Okay, let it be our input field, let it be our text field, okay, let it be our select. Okay, whenever we write something, input change event occurs for every element. Okay, so we have to define that inside our input. Whenever I click on that, okay, whenever I click on my input, whenever I add some value, this event should be occurred, and I want to run this function. Inside this, I'll be passing one function. I'll just give my function name as add item. Now as soon as I save this, I'll be getting an error which tells that, okay, this add item is not defined. So for that, I have to define this add item. I'll copy this. Here I'll just write const. I'll be pasting that add item here. I'll just type that add item. Inside this, I'll be using this fat arrow function. Inside this function, I'll just write console.log. Inside this, I'll be just writing event occurred. Event occurred. I'll save this. Now I'll refresh this one. Now when I inspect this, okay, I'll just inspect this. I'll bring my console here. Now this is my console. You can see here. Now whenever I add items, okay, you can see whenever I click on this, 3 times I clicked and 3 times my event will be occurred. You can see 3 times my event will be occurred. Again, if I click this 8 times my event will be occurred. Okay, for each element, for each change, my event is going to occur. So here we are going to use our use state because we are changing the state. Now the concept of use state, that is our React hook, comes into play. Now here below this function, okay, we have to define our use state below the function, and it should be on top priority. I'll just define this const, and inside this I'll be giving my state name. You can give any name. I'll just give here list, and this will be my setter and this will be my getter. I'll just give here set list. As soon as I give here use set, below after this React, my use state will be imported. Okay, I'll just give this use state. You can see the use state is been imported by itself. Okay, now inside this use state, I'll just pass this empty value. Now as I told you, this is my current value, this is my updated value, and this will be my initial value. Okay, hooks are very important. When developers started facing issues, okay, inside functional components, hooks were introduced, and this is very important to change the state of any element. Okay, to handle events, hooks were introduced, and we will see what is this one. Okay, now whatever value I give, and this use state can take empty values, it can take arrays, it can take objects. Okay, it can take everything here. Now I'll just give an example here. I'll be writing here on click, and inside this I'll be passing one function. I'll just give my function name as inc increase item. Okay, just to explain this is not part of our project. Okay, this later on I'm just going to remove this one. I'll just copy this, and here I'm going to define that function. Below this I'll be defining that function, and inside this function, okay, before that I'll just initialize one value here, count. Okay, I'll just give my value variable as count. I'll initialize it to 0. Inside this I'm just increasing the value of count. Okay, I'll just give here count plus. I'm just telling that whenever I click on this button, okay, here I'll just write one h2. Okay, h2, and inside this I'll be passing this count. Okay, when we use JavaScript inside our JSX expressions, then we have to enclose it with curly braces. Now here you can see here I have this 0. Okay, which means that the count value is this count value, that is count is equal to 0. I got here instead of h2. You can see here I got 0 here. Now I have written the code. Whenever I click on this button, this function should be called, and this code should be executed. Now inside this function I have just increased the value of count. Whenever I click on the button, my value of this h2 should be increased. Okay, let's see. I'll just refresh this one. Now when I click on this, you can see my value is not getting increased. I'll just inspect this in my console. Okay, here I'll just do here console.log, and inside this I'll be writing this clicked, and here I'll just pass this count plus. I'll copy this entire thing, and here I'm going to pass that. I'll save this, I'll refresh this one, I'll just open my console. Now when I click on this button, okay, I'll just bring here. Now when I click on this button, you can see here the value, okay, the value is increasing here. Again I'll click, you can see the value is increasing, but in odd number, because here also I'm just increasing my value. I'll just comment this one, I'll just refresh my project. Now if I click on this, you can see clicked, I'll be getting 1 2 3. okay, in my console it's showing, but in my React it's not showing. Only to handle these events, okay, hooks were introduced, and these are very important. Now you can see in my console it's clearly visible, clicked 1, clicked 2, okay, it's increasing here, but it's not increasing when I click on this button. In this particular section, this value is not getting increased. So for that, okay, I'll be passing this is my setter and this is my getter. Okay, inside this will be having the current value. Whatever value I'll be giving here, that will be stored inside this one. Now if I update this set list value, this value will be updated, and this value, whatever value it is having, that will be updated, and this value, that value will be stored inside this list. Okay, I'll just explain you now. I'll copy this list. Instead of this count, I'm just going to paste that list here. Now instead of this, okay, I'll just write here 0. Okay, now this is my initial value. This 0 will be passed here. Okay, I'll just write here 1 so that we'll understand in better way. I'll just write here 1. Now you can see here, this is my initial value and the value is updated to 1. Now I am just telling that whenever I click on this button, this value should be updated inside this function. So our updated value is nothing but this one, set list. I'll copy this, I'm going to paste that one. Okay, I'll just call one function, that is our event object. Inside this, I want to increase that value. So to increase that, okay, we have this list. I'll copy this. Here I'm going to paste that one. I just have to increase by 1. I'll save this, and here I'll be changing it to 0. Now you can see I have 0. Now when I click on this button, you can see the state is getting changed. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, this is how hooks were introduced, and we can change the state of any element, and it was introduced to handle the events. Okay, you can see now the number is getting increased. Okay, using this you can create anything like increment counter, decrement counter. Okay, this is the concept of this one, hooks, and that is our use state. Now we are going to use this in our project. I'll just remove this h2 from here. Okay, just for explanation I have written that one. I'll be removing this on click, and also this function I'm going to remove, and also this count. Okay, now I don't need this entire thing. Now inside this function, okay, here I have this use state. I'll be using this one. I have this list and I have this set list. Now this list, okay, I should be adding inside my list item here. I'll just paste that one. Now whatever initial value it is having inside this, that is my string. I'll just give here rice, not rice, I'll just give here sugar. I'll save this. Now if you see here, I have sugar. Okay, whatever value it is having, this is my initial value, and this value will be passed to my list. Now that will become my current value. Okay, now current value is sugar, so sugar will be displayed to me here. Now if I just change it to tea powder, I'll save this. Now if you see, it is changed to tea powder. Okay, whatever value I am giving here, that is given to this, and that is updated here. Now whenever I click on this, okay, whenever I type something, that value should be added here. So for that we have to change the state, and we are going to use this, okay, updated. We have to update the values. Now inside this add event function, I'll be writing this updated value, and I want the value whatever I'm having inside my input field. So I'll just give this e.target.value. Okay, my target is input. I have to pass this object here. I'll just save this. Now if you see, I'll just refresh this one. Now when I click something, you can see whatever I am typing, I am getting here, because this is my updated value, and updated value will be stored inside my list item, and this will be printed here, okay, letter by letter. You can see here letter by letter I am getting the output. Once I add the items, okay, when I click on this add symbol, the items will be added inside my list. Okay, now we are done with our first part. Now we are going to move into our second part. That is, whenever I click on this button, only then my list should be added here. Okay, I don't need, whenever I type, I don't need each item should be added. Whenever I click on this, only then will the complete item should be added here. Now I want my item should be added only when I click on my add button. Okay, this I have here, this symbol here, that is my plus symbol. Whenever I click on this button, only then my item should be added. So for button, I'll be adding on click. Okay, whenever I click on my button, I want this function to be called. Okay, I'll just give my function name as new item. I'll copy this function, and here I'm going to define that function. Below this function, I'll be defining that function. I'll paste that function name, and here I'll be using fat arrow function. You can use normal function as well. Okay, we are using functions, which means that we are using completely functional based components. Now inside this function, okay, if you see here, okay, I'll just open this project. Now when I click on rice and when I click on this add button, okay, when I type rice and when I click on this add button, rice will be added here. When I write sugar here, when I click on this, sugar will be added here, and my rice also stays here. When I click here sunflower oil, my rice, sugar will be there, and my sunflower will be added here. Okay, this we are going to achieve using our spread operator. I have already explained that whatever value we are having before or in some other array, we can just access that using our 3 dots. Okay, 3 dots are nothing but it's also called as magical dots. Okay, using that we will be accessing our old data, and we are going to add our new data. And our new data, I have already told that our new data will be inside this one. Okay, and now when I click on this button, we are changing the state. So I'm just going to define one. I'll just remove this tea powder from here. I want the value should be empty. Whenever I click on the button, only then my value should be added here. You can see now I don't have any value inside this. Now here I'll just create one more state. I'll just give my state name as, I'll be giving here, I'll just give item, and also I'll be giving here set item. Here I'll just define this use state, and inside this I'll be passing empty array, which means that whatever data I'm having, that will be stored inside array, and from that array, using spread operator, I'm going to access all the values. Okay, once we write the code, you will understand in better way. Okay, now this array, this empty array will be the current value for this item. Okay, you can see here for this item, this will be, I'll just copy this one, and in place of this, okay, I want to return that one, okay, in form of array. So I'll be using my map method. I have already explained about map method also. Okay, these are the concepts we are going to use. Inside this map method, this will take 3 parameters. First is our current value, second is our index number, and third is our in which array we are working. Okay, here we are just going to use our values. Okay, that is our current value, and next we will be using our index number. Now inside this, I want to return my list item. I just want to return this entire list item. I'll just copy this one. Here I'll be pasting that, and this will be having all the current data. I'll copy this, and in place of this, I'll be storing that one. Okay, now this will be having all my data. I have already told you this will store our data. We have to close our map method like this, and here I'm just going to close that one. Now that error has gone. Okay, I am just passing that array name dot map method, whatever value I'm having inside this array. Now it is empty. Now whenever I click on some item, and when I add that one, that item will be added inside this array. Now when I click on new item, okay, I'll be using spread operator to access that item, and I'll be listing that new item. First I'll be writing the code, and then I'll explain you. Okay, this is all about map method we have used here. Now inside this one, I have to set this value. Okay, I have to update this value. Now this value can access my array. I'll just write one item added. Inside this, okay, it should return, I'll just tell you, it should return array, and using spread operator, whatever value I'm having previously stored inside that, I'll copy this, and here I'm going to paste that one. And also my new list item, that is my new item is here. I'll copy this, and here I'm going to paste that one. I'll save this. Now I see, now all my list items have gone. Now only when I click on this button, the item should be added. I'll just write here something app. Now when I click, you can see the app has been added here. Okay, again I'm just going to explain you. Okay, whenever I click on the button, I want my new item, this function should be called, and inside this function, okay, I'll just show you in console, in my components. Okay, you can see here I have app stored inside an array. Now I'll just add one more item here. I'll be adding sugar. I'll add, you can see sugar is added below, and in my console sugar is been added. Okay, using our spread operator, we are accessing this first element and we are storing our new item. Our new item is stored inside this list. Okay, using this spread operator, we are accessing all the elements stored inside the array. Now if I just add one more item here, I'll just add, I'll be adding tea powder. I'll click on plus. You can see tea powder is been added, and also inside my array you can see tea powder, and all these 3 list items is been listed here because of my spread operator. If I just remove spread operator from here, I'll save this. Now I'll refresh this one. Now I'll just add AA plus. I'll just remove this. Now we are going to empty this AAS. I'll click on save. You can see that item is been removed because it's not stored inside the array, and using the spread operator, that value is been taken to this and that previous value is been deleted. Okay, to get that value, we are just using the spread operator. That 3 dots, whatever data I am having, that will also be printed and new item will also be added. Okay, here I am just setting the value and I am just returning here. Now here I just want to return this using map method. Now this is my array because I have passed here empty array, which means that this is my initial value and this will be my current value for this, and current value is nothing but our empty array. Here I am just checking empty array. Okay, map method value, whatever value I am having inside that one, index number, we are going to use index number for delete operation, and here I have this return. Now if you see in console, I'll just come to console. We are getting one warning here. Each child in a list should have a unique key called prop. Whenever we are using map method, we should be having one key. Okay, now inside this, okay, this entire thing I am just going to create one component, and inside my component I am going to pass that, and using props I will be passing my key value. Okay, now as of now this is our output. Whenever I click on this, okay, one problem we have here, I'll just add sugar. I'll click on enter. Sugar is been added. Now you can see sugar is also present in my input field. I don't need this one. Okay, as soon as I click on enter, this sugar should remove from here. I'll just add here rice. Now if you see here, rice is been added, but rice is also present here. I don't need this one. I have to remove this. So for that I have to empty that, and we can just empty that using this. Now this list item, whatever I am having, okay, this entire list item will be updated value. So for my updated value, I'll just have to empty that one. I'll paste that and I'll be emptying that one. Okay, now this will be the current value for this. Whenever I add new item, this will be current value to this, and this will be emptied. Okay, it will not be displayed anything. So for that I'll just use here value, and my current value is nothing but this one, list. I'll just copy and here I'm going to paste that one. Okay, my value will be empty whenever I add item. Okay, when I add item, you can see I am setting this to empty. Now this will be passed to my item. Okay, this list, and this list I am passing inside my value so that it will be emptied. Now I'll just refresh this one. Now when I add sugar, I'll just add sugar. Now when I click on this, you can see now I don't have sugar inside my input field. Okay, I have just emptied that one using my set list. Okay, and this value I am passing here, and this list value I am just passing inside my value attribute. Okay, that is value property. Now once we are done with this, we are going to create separate component for a list item, and then we are going to style that one. I'll just do Control P, and inside this I'll just create one file. I'll give my file name as to do item, JSX. Now inside this to do item.jsx, first I have to import this, import React from React. I'll copy this and here I'm going to paste that one. I'll just remove this use state from here because I'm not going to use states inside this file, inside this component. I'll just define that function to do item. I'll be defining this fat arrow function, and once I define, I just have to export that one, export this file so that I can use in other files. Export default, and my I just want to export this one. I'll just copy this and here I'm going to paste that one. Now I have to use this inside my this app.js, so I'll be importing that file here. I'll just do import. I'll be pasting that one. Import from, I'll just write this to do item. I'll save this. Now I'll just return something here. Return, I'll be giving here h2 to do item. I'll just paste that one. I'll save this. Now here below this button, I'll just write that to do item. I'll save this. Now you can see I got my output here, that is to do item. So now in this, I'll just remove this. This return, I want to return inside my to do item. So here I'll just remove this. In place of this, I'll be writing my to do item, that is my to do item component. Now here I'm just going to wrap this. Here I'll just wrap this. Now that error has gone. Now inside my to do item, I have to return this, okay? Only then I'll be getting an output. I'll copy this and here I'll be pasting that one. I'll save this. Now if you see, I'll be getting an error, value is not defined, which means that this value, okay, this value is defined inside my app.js and this value is holding all the data, okay, that is inside the array, it is holding all the data and it is defined inside my app.js, which is the parent for my to do item. Okay, to do item is defined here, you can see here. Now this is the child of this app.js. Okay, we have already seen in our previous project, whenever we have to pass the data from the parent to child component, we will be using props. Okay, now inside this to do item, I'll just pass here props. Okay, you can directly do restructuring, but we'll see about props as well. Okay, prop is nothing but a JavaScript object. I'll just come here. Now inside this one, I'll just pass one prop. I'll just give my prop name. I'll just give here list add, and inside this I'll be passing that values. Okay, now all the values will be stored inside this one. Now this prop, I'll just copy this and also I'll save this. Now instead of this, I'll be writing this props dot that this property name. Okay, this whatever I'm having here. Now all the data will be stored inside this one. I'll just refresh this. Now you can see, okay, values is not defined. List add inside. Okay, I'll just write here value because we have value here. Now you can see I have my output. Okay, okay, I'll just close my console now. Okay, this is my output and we are having our output here. I'll just click on plus. You can see now my output is working. Okay, now everything is fine. Now only thing is I'll be removing this background color. I'll be adding here trash symbol. Okay, and we are going to add delete functionality as well. Whenever I click on the delete button, the item should be deleted here. So for that, as I told you, when we are using map method, we have to have a unique key. Okay, inside this key, I'll just pass this index. Okay, which will be having our index number. Basically we are going to use IDs. Now we don't have any IDs, so we are just passing index number, and index number will be unique for each element. Okay, inside array will be having 0, 1, 2, 3 as index number, and that will be unique for that particular element. So inside this key, I'll just pass this index. Now here inside my to do item, we are going to work. Now we will be working inside our to do item. Here I'll just open and close this syntactic sugar form. We'll also call it as empty tag. Inside this, I'll just create one div. I'll give the class name as add item. Okay, I'll just give added item. Inside this div, first I want to pass this. I'll just copy this one and here I'm going to paste that one. Now below this, I want the trash bin. Here I have pasted the code. Okay, here this one I'll just copy this and here I'm going to paste that one. I got some error here. This I have to close here. That is my return. Okay, it is returning entire thing. My return should be closed here. I'll save this. Now I'll see, you can see my delete button is added here. I'll refresh this one. Now when I add something, now you can see my delete button is also added here, but I want here, okay, that delete icon I want here. So for that we are going to do some styling. I'll just copy this class inside app.css. I'm going to paste this class here. Now for this I'll just give display to be flex, display flex. I'll save this. Now if you see here, my this trash bin is here. Now I'll be giving one more property, that is justify content to be space between. I'll save this. Now you can see my trash bin is here, okay, it is here, and it has taken complete this whatever space I was having at the end, that space is divided between these elements. Now I'll be styling my li. I'll copy this I'm going to remove. I'll be pasting it here. Now for my li, I'll just give font size. Okay, I'll just copy it from here. I'll just do Ctrl Z. I'll copy this entire thing here. This I'll be removing. Here I'll just write li, and inside this I'll be pasting that one. I need font size of 1.5 rem. Font weight I don't need. Background color I'm just going to remove this, and also this font weight I'll just remove from here. I'll save this. Now you can see I don't have any background, and this is my list item. And also I want the same styles for my trash bin. I'll just come to do list. Here I'll be copying this one. I'll just copy this, and here I'll be pasting that class. I'll save this. Now you can see here my trash bin is here, okay, it is aligned properly now. Now whenever I hover on my trash bin, it should change its color. I'll just copy this trash bin class. Here I'll be pasting that one, and whenever I hover on this, I want its color should be changed to red. I'll save this. Now you can see whenever I hover, my trash bin color is getting changed to red. Now we should add this delete functionality. Whenever I click on this delete, this item should be deleted here. We can add items now. Now only thing we are left is delete items, okay, deleting this entire list item. This trash bin is here, okay, inside this to do item. Here I'll be adding this on click. Whenever I click on this, I want this function to be executed. I'll just give my function name as delete list. I'll just copy this function, and here I'll be defining that function. Const, I'll be writing this function, and inside this first I'll be checking alert. I'll just give here I am deleted. I'll save this. I'm just checking whether it is working or not. Now if I click on this, you can see I am getting this alert, and it's saying I am deleted. Okay, now it's working, but you can see here my data I am getting completely from this app.js, and I am passing this data to my child. Okay, so to pass the data we have to use props, and I want to execute that function inside this app.js. Okay, so here I'll just define one property, and I'll just define one prop here. I'll just give my prop name as deleting items. Inside this I'll be passing this function. I'll just copy this, and here I'm going to paste that one. I'll just copy this function, I'll just copy this, and here I'll be pasting that one. Through props I'll just pass this, okay, instead of this I'll be writing props dot, this I'm going to remove from here, and instead of that I'll just paste that one, okay, which is having this function. Okay, whenever I click on that, this function will be executed, and this value I have passed using props to my child. Okay, you can see I have passed this one here. Now we have to know which value should be deleted. So for that I'll be using this index, or you can either use key or you can use index. I'll be using this key value. Okay, this will be unique, and each element will be having its own index number. So using this key I'll be accessing the ID of that particular element. So to access that one, instead of this directly calling the function, I'll be using my fat arrow function. Here inside this I'll be passing this fat arrow function. Okay, I am just passing this one, and here I'll be closing one more flower braces, and I'll just copy this, and here I'll just paste that one, the same thing. Now inside this I just want to access the ID, okay, that is my key. So I'll just write here props dot key, okay, which is having all my index number, and okay, using this key I'll be deleting items from my to-do list. Okay, inside props I am just accessing this, okay, I'm just accessing this value, and this value is holding our function. You can see our function is this value is holding our function, and whenever I click on the button, this function should be executed, and this function I have to define inside my app.js now. And I'm just accessing the key which is having the index number. I'll just copy this function from here. I'm just going to delete that one, and here I'll be pasting that function. I'll save this. Now you can see here, I'll just add AA, I'll click on plus. Now when I click on delete, you can see it's working and my props have passed successfully. You can see it's completely fine, and this function is executed inside my parent element, okay, inside my parent component. This function is executed, and this function I am passing using props. Okay, using props I am passing this function inside my to do item, and I'm just accessing the unique value, that is my key. Now once we are done with this, now inside this function I'll be accessing that. I'll just write here key, that is my unique value which is having all my index number. I have to delete this item, okay, this set item. I'll copy this which is having all the data, okay, which is returning this. I'll just paste that set item here. Inside this I'll just write one value. I'll just write here old values which is having all the element, okay, which is having all the list items. And here we are going to use our filter method, and this should return, I'll just tell him it should return whichever ID it's not matching, okay, I'm just telling them to keep, and whichever ID it's matching I'm just telling them to remove that one, okay, filter out that one. So inside this return I'll just copy this, and here I'm going to paste that one, old items, this is my array. Okay, you can see here this set items, okay, this use state is having array, so this will be my array, and for arrays I'm applying this filter method, and this will take 3 arguments: current value, index number, and in which array we are working. So I'll just take the current value. I'll be taking here value name as array element, and inside this I'll be just giving ID, okay, whatever the index number it is having, I'll just give the index name as ID. You can give any name here. Now for this I just want to return this ID, okay, I'll just copy this, I'll be pasting that one. If it does not matches with this key, okay, only keep that values, okay, if it matches you delete that one. I'll just close this one here, okay, I'm just telling that if that ID matches, delete that one. If ID does not matches, keep all the values. Okay, now I'll just come here, I'll refresh this one. Now I'll add some items here. I'll click on add. Now when I click on this delete, okay, it's not getting deleted. I'll just open my console. Now in my console I have this invalid DOM property class. Did you mean class? Okay, we should not use class in React, maybe in this icons. Okay, here I have this class name. I'll just write here name, and also we have one more icon, that is this I. Here I'll just write name. I'll save this. Now if you see, I'll just refresh this one. I'll add one item. I'll click on delete, and I'll just check for the, okay, warning, each child in a list should have unique key, and key is not a prop. Okay, we should not pass key as a prop. So here I'll just write one more. I'll just give ID, and inside this ID I'll be passing this index. I'll copy this, and here I'm going to paste that one. I'll just copy this, and here I'll be pasting that, and this ID, okay, I'll be passing it here. Okay, instead of key I'll just pass it ID, and here also instead of ID I'll just key I'll just give ID, and instead of key I'll be giving ID. Here I'll just change the element name. I'll just give index. Here I'll be giving index. I'll save this. I'll just refresh this one. Now if I add some items here, I'll just add rice. I'll click on add. Now if I click, you can see my item is getting deleted. I'll just close my console. Now you can see the error has gone. I'll just add items now. Rice, I'll be adding sugar. I'll just add sugar, and here I'll be adding milk. You can see this is my to-do list, and whenever I hover, I'm getting this, and when I click on this, you can see that complete list is being deleted because this ID matches with this index number and it's getting deleted, and this is shown to me because those IDs are not getting matched, and this has been filtered out. I'm just telling if the ID matches, just delete that one, or else you just display whatever content I'm having, whatever items I'm having inside the array, just display that to me. Okay, this is how we are going to write. I have just done this. Okay, I have just passed this ID. Inside this ID, I'm just passing this index because keys we can't pass as a prop. Now this ID I am accessing here inside my to do item. You can see props.id, and here I am just using this props. I am accessing this prop. Okay, this deleting items. Okay, here I have called this function, and this function I have defined here. Okay, I'm calling this function here, and inside this I have just passed this ID which is having our index number, and this set item value will be having our array, and inside this array I'm just passing this filter method. Okay, this is how it will be filtered and rest elements will be displayed to me. This is our container which is having our heading. You can see the code here. Okay, you can just take the screenshot or you can just refer this whenever you want. Okay, now we are done with this project. In this project we have learnt about hooks, that is our state hooks, and also we have seen how to use map method, how to use filter method, and also we have learnt about spread operator, not in very much detail, but we have learned something. We have created one project. I really suggest you to practice this. Okay, if you practice this one, then you can create your own projects, implement this code or implement whatever you have created in different projects and explore and expand yourself. Okay, that's all for today's project. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.